Hello again, and welcome back to Illegally Cited. This is Jesse here, and I am back for another VR experience spotlight video as I go grab this virtual tablet over here. We're looking at an app called Baalbek Reborn Temples, and this is, I believe it was a free app. If it wasn't, it was maybe a couple bucks tops. Found it on the Oculus store not long ago, and it's kind of a historical tour of some kind of ancient temples, and they give us some background and everything. We're kind of just in this wilderness area right now. Originally, when I started this the first time, I was in some kind of a room, and there were some statues in there, and then there was this little tablet guy that I have in my left hand, and they had a little bit of a tutorial of how to navigate it. But I wanted to showcase this just because I think it's a neat. Again, this will fall under the VR educational VR thing playlist as well, because this is something where, again, you can be interactive. You can do more of a passive tour if you want to. So there's a guided tour or there's a manual tour option, which I'll show you momentarily. But what I like accessibility-wise here is this little tablet that I have in my left hand. This is user interface where I can move it around where I'm comfortable with it. Other games have done this to some degree as well. I've got the picture, I've got the text. Now this one I can get close, so I can get way up close if I want to. You got the red title there. You got the white description text. With the original Oculus Rift headset, some of the text gets a little fuzzy. Like even when I get close, sometimes it's a little harder to read because the text gets a little bit fuzzy. I wonder what that would look like on a headset with a little bit higher resolution display. But it's there, and the point is I can get close to it if I want to. On the bottom, you have an audio narration bar, so I have a play pause. I've got a timeline that I can grab and manipulate. And look at this. This was a pleasant surprise. My right hand here, look at this blue beam. It's not a tiny thin laser pointer. It's not a tiny little dot or a tiny little cursor. Like, this sucker is easy to see, and it only appears when I'm looking or when I'm using the tablet itself. So all my interactions work on this little kind of tablet guy, but when I move it away over the world, I have my controllers, but I don't have the cursor. But just look at how big, like how thick and how glowy that pointer is. Bravo. Bravo, guys. That is what I'd love to see more of, a big old thick laser pointer. So I'm going to hit play for a moment here. I can snap turn. So I'm going to pause it there because this whole segment is really pretty long. Now at any time what I can do, you see when I move over it, it turns white, so I can tell that it's something that I can click on with my trigger. And then I'm brought up to a map. And again, we have all of these separate little circles that I can go to. They're numbered, so like I can choose like, oh, okay, if I'm doing a manual tour, you would want me to start right here, here. So I can get close enough to where I can see that. There's 3, there's 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, all the way up to 10. But what I can also do is we're just going to kick back and watch some of this. I have a little radio button here for a guided tour. So I can just look around and then listen to their narration. or I can, manually take my time. Let's say I take the guided tour and I go, I want to go back to this section over here and I want to know. So let's take the guided tour and we're just going to kick back and learn some history. Here we go. Oh, play. There we go. Some ruins there. Trees. Cool looking temple up there. Good Lord, say that 3 times. I can barely remember it, let alone. Okay, yep, so now we're going to move. Okay, now we're up close. Okay, some steps going up and up there, or going down and over that side. Okay. Little, I forget what you call those things right there that we're looking at. So I'm going to pause it here for a second. So one thing I also like about the guy's narration is that he is pretty descriptive. Like, he gives the history part, but he also kind of gives you a little bit of a, like, if you were totally blind, you're not getting maybe the full picture, but he is describing some of the actual layout and notable points about the scene that we're sitting in right now. So let's just continue. Let's do some learning. Big square arches, portico. Okay. Okay. Big archway. This is cool. Huh. And what's interesting, like I said, in VR, like if you're looking at this on a flat screen, like you kind of get an idea, but when you're here, like I'm just sitting here and like just seeing how ginormous this arch is, this kind of square arch. We've got these pillars in the front. Our high ceiling is kind of our like overhang, kind of our shelter here. There's something that just still doesn't get old as far as like being just, even if I'm not moving around in it, like even just looking around a VR environment, especially a realistic one like this. It's just cool to get this almost like you're there. I'm never going to be here in real life, but this will be the closest I can get. Okay, we're at the top of the stairs where we were earlier. Okay, so we're moving in. Mm-hmm. God, he is describing the layout really well. There's our arch, there's our two doors. Okay. A bunch of rubble lying around like it was. Oh, wow, okay. Oh, yeah, it isn't square, is it? It is hexagonal. Huh, cool. I like this little courtyard. Okay, moving to a new scene. Bunch more rubble here. Kind of a shame. I'd love to see this in its original splendor. Okay, moving along. So this is going to be long, just by looking at the timeline. I I don't know if people will be interested in seeing this full tour. Let's pause it actually. Oh, where's my little... Okay. So, like I said, you're looking at the timeline here. We've sat here a little while. I don't know. I mean, if people are interested in this and looking for like a whole kind of an educational, I won't even say a playthrough, but you know, a full walkthrough of this series of temples and just the full guided tour. And I like how even in the timeline, you see where the scene changes these vertical lines. So if I want to jump to a specific, you know, I want to like, well, I'm done looking at this room. I want to hear something about the next one. I could just grab and slide, just like what any other video timeline. And I like how, again, how clear the interface is. And that's really what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you a good example of an educational app that is pretty low vision friendly. So while we are still here, I'm going to get out of the guide. And so if I did, let's just do one here. Okay, that's where this is. So let's go to the map. And so let's see, 3. Okay, yep, we were here. So yeah, this is like I can take things at my own pace now. I can listen to that part of the timeline. Let's just at least show you guys. Let's go. Doo-doo-doo. So I think we were on 4. Oh no, we haven't been here yet. So this one we're in a small building, and again, like I said, it's a shame that like it's cool to see it in its current form as it is. But it would have been neat to see that, you know, like I said, there's kind of rocks or stone just from where things kind of fell over time or got, you know, destroyed somehow. You know, it's just a really tall but um, kind of small room. Got a statue over there of something. They'll probably tell who that is or what it is. Let's go to another room. Let's just, oopsie. Oh, okay, map. We were on 4. Let's go to 5. So again, each one of these scenes are narrated. Okay, this one we were in. Okay. All right, let's go to 6. Just so that way you guys can at least see the environments. Okay, we still got some trees here, bushes, things. This one's just, it's really flat, kind of an open area. We got, again, more, pretty much looks like rubble now. But yeah, it would have been really interesting to see this. And it would have been kind of a neat if they like showed it the way it was and then they had a way to like toggle between, oh, hey, let's see what, you know, almost have like a recreation sort of a thing where I could toggle between the current and what it might have looked like in the past. But even this, like if you're into history and architecture and things like that, it's still cool. Let's go to 7. Oh, okay. This is very similar to that first hallway or overhang that we were in. Okay. So we got again one of these little there's a lot of similar architecture. We have these granite pillars. We have, you know, there's not round arches. I think that's more of a Roman thing where they're rounded at the top, if I remember correctly. Um, but you have these like straight up pillars, these kind of triangular um, uh, angled roofs. Some are more flat, but like there's pillars everywhere. It's a really open design. Like there are some walls, there are some doors, especially it seems like when you get to the interior more. But they're big on the whole open arch thing. Like there's no real door, like closed doors that you can close that I really see. But it's just long hallways, lots of pillars. Really an airy design. Let's go 8. All right, where are we now? Okay, ooh. We got a lot more rocks, rubble. I don't know where we are here, but you can look at again, they give you a little bit of a summary on the right side of the tablet. Um, oh, special focus on, okay. So this one, there are I didn't notice that on other ones. There are little check boxes or little radio buttons. Before I play with that, I just want to look around a little bit. Oh, that's a big tower. That's a tall. Yeah, I don't know what this. God, you just wonder, like, without modern tools, like, it's amazing that people were able to build these ginormous structures. I mean, whether it's the pyramids or temples or whatever, the Colosseum, just it's kind of incredible. So I just want to point at one of these and, uh, okay, oh, wait a minute. Is this a different, yeah, look at those pillars. I feel like I could just reach out and touch it, but they're huge. Huh. Um, one, two, oh, okay, oh, wow. So they're giving us different things to focus on. Let me go to the map again, and I want to we were on 8, I believe. Come on. Maybe I got to go to 9 first, so that won't let me. I'm not sure how to go back. Well, let's look at. This one's pretty open again. Yeah, I definitely don't know a lot about this area of the world either. Like, it's just kind of interesting getting some background on not only the architecture, but like the culture and, what it was like, what kind of things they were talking about, like sacrifices and prayers and all that stuff earlier. So this one, so a lot of these, they do have, okay, this is a different area. So yeah, there seem to be different like subsets of areas that they're going to focus on. So I'm not sure if this is one of the areas that we were already in. It very well could be, but like I said, a lot of the structures to me look fairly similar, but I like how a lot of this stuff seems to be more intact. Excuse me. Just so you can kind of see what it was more like instead of just ruins. Let's take a look at, I think we were on 9. Let's take a look at 10 and then we'll wrap up the video. But again, I just wanted to show you a cool, and this is why I want to push for accessibility in virtual reality. Oh, okay, this is, what the hell? We were here already, I think. Yeah, because this is where I was commenting on that pillar and like how they made them back then. But as virtual reality it gets used more in education, productivity, virtual social gatherings, like all of these things, you people generally think of VR as gaming right now. Um, it's not just gaming, and I actually really enjoy a lot of the stuff that isn't just gaming, and I really don't want to be, just like when we went to the graphical internet, we had Netscape and um, Internet Explorer back in the day, and every time there's a new technology, like we're always people with disabilities. I can speak from a blind low vision perspective that um, it like we're always left behind. It takes us a while to catch up, and by the time we do catch up, then we are, then there's already some new technology that we're kind of that is being introduced and that we have to play catch up to. And so, like virtual reality, it's not a gimmick. There's a lot of really valid uses for it. And like I said, I just wanted to show another educational VR experience. And a good example of some pretty user-friendly navigation and user interface in VR. I mean, could things maybe be a little bit bigger as far as the text? I'm sure I wouldn't mind having a little bit larger text, but for me, this is workable. I like the dark background. I like, like nothing is really super artistic. They're not using like really old stylish fonts that are stylized and hard to read. None of that. So this is really well done. Um, anyway, this is just like I said, if you guys are interested in the full guided tour, you can let me know and I can try to come back to this at some future point. But I wanted to do a little bit of a shorter version, show you a little bit of the narration, a little bit of the guided tour, a little bit of the manual, the manual tour. At any time I could have gone to any of these locations and I could have just hit play and he would have talked. Yep, we were already there, so he did talk to us about this one. I remember that. So, yeah, anyway, I really do hope you guys enjoyed the video. Balbra. I'm going to butcher saying it, so I'm not going to say it, but um, I'm going to go back and just kind of kick back one evening when I want to just passively watch something, and I'm going to check this out because I really like what they're doing here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like. You can also follow me on Twitter at BGFH79, twitch.tv/illegally cited, illegally cited.com, and right here on YouTube. So until next time, I'll chat with you guys again later.